Welcome back to RotoMoto. My name is Donnie. This video is brought to you by O'Neal, and it seems that it does not matter the name of the series or the continent we're racing on. Vince Friese is always gonna Vince Friese. Before we get to the incident, let me set the stage for you. Despite sweeping the opening round weekend, winning all 3 races in the addition to the Super Pole, Eli Tomac is not eligible to win the title because of his wildcard status and not being in an official WSX chartered team. This leaves Ken Roczen holding a narrow lead over Vince Friese as the newly minted World Supercross Championship, with 3 points paying races left in Melbourne, with Justin Brayton also within striking distance of the title. After Roczen took the Super Pole and the single championship point that came with it, the first race saw all 3 finish in the top 4, with Roczen on top of Savatgy playing spoiler, then Brayton, then Friese in 4th, which puts Ken in the driver's seat with an 11-point lead over Friese and 14 points over Brayton. But all hell breaks loose in the second race, with Roczen out front early. He suffers a freak incident flat tire, and in a format where there are only 8 laps in each race, is unable to repair the bike and get back on track. This DNF could have been a 20-point swing for either of the Moto Concept riders, but unfortunately for them, Joey Savatgy played spoiler by winning the Moto and limiting Vince and Justin to a 2nd and 3rd step on the podium. This miraculously leaves Vince Friese in the lead for the title with 96 points, 4 points ahead of Roczen, 9 ahead of Savatgy, and just a single point up on his teammate Justin Brayton going into the final 12-lap race of the series. Trackside before the 3rd gate drop, Kristen Beat reports on what is going on under the MCR tent as the riders line up for the 3rd main, saying,
Guys, I just checked in with Ryan, Vince Friese's mechanic, and I asked him any team directives, what's going on, because obviously the battle between Vince Friese, Justin Brayton, and Ken Roczen is heating up headed into this main event. He said as of right now, they've told both riders, work together as a team, race each other clean, and you will both leave here as champions to us. So guys, this team is trying to encourage both of these riders to work cooperatively to keep Ken Roczen behind them.
Is that last past the gate drop, Jeff?
Wow,
I don't see how it does.
And Jeff Emig was right, as the teammates did not even get completely around the first turn before coming together. Roczen gets a great jump but goes deep into the first turn, leaving the inside open for Savatgy and Brayton, and sneaking all the way on the inside is Vince. But instead of powering under them, the infamously aggressive rider seems to loosen his turn, making a beeline to the outside of the section in what can only be described as an attempt to take as many of those 3 guys as he can wide or completely off the track to give him position separation. But it does not go to plan, as Vince does manage to knock Brayton to the ground, but in doing so takes himself out as well and prevents him from completing the move to sweep Ken off his wheels. Brayton and Friese both get up near the back of the pack, while Ken and Joey run away with the race, finishing 1-2 and on the podium, with Friese and Brayton ending up 5th and 8th respectively. This swing gives Roczen the title, with Friese and Savatgy tying in points with 112 each, and Brayton ending up 4th with 108. After the race, Justin Brayton did not mince any words about his teammate.
Yeah, overall a good weekend. Unfortunately, the adversity comes from my teammate. The guy, just keeps doing it over and over. It's his whole career, and yeah, just go ahead and clean me out in the first turn and launch his bike at me, no big deal, and act like nothing happened, like he's always done. So, just crazy, ridiculous. Never thought I'd be in this position, but ironically, it's like my 4th time in this position, even as his teammate. So, yeah, otherwise we probably come away with the win tonight. I was coming around the first turn. I had really good starts tonight, and yeah, a little bit fired up. Hadn't been this fired up in a long time. I love it.
I don't really have anything to add about the situation that hasn't already been said 100 times this year. Guys like Vince Friese and Justin Barcia will continue to do what they do as long as they are continued to be given rides. And the community will continue to be split between, these guys need to be banned, too much money invested for guys to just get taken out like this, and rubbing is racing, the sport is getting soft. Meh, 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 meh. Was it a dumb decision on Vince's part? Only because it didn't work. He didn't come in there like a torpedo in the way that Barcia did to Mookie in the final round, sending Malcolm airborne. If he was a half bike length further up the track, he successfully cuts off both Brayton and maybe Roczen, and maybe they do go down, maybe they don't, but if nothing else, they would have been buried in the pack, making a mad dash to the front of the field in a 12-lap sprint race. That would have been the best Supercross finale we may have ever seen, and should have done wonders for the World Supercross Series as a whole, as the place where anything could happen, but it didn't. So instead, I'm recording this and you're watching it back. Let me know in the comments if you think Friese should face some sort of reprimand from the series or his team, or if all is fair in love and racing. Don't forget to like the video if it was rad, and subscribe to the channel for more breaking news and analysis like this. Thanks as always for watching RotoMoto. My name is Donnie. Keep it pinned to the weekend.